Practice time. So, we welcome back our DD2 drivers, and we have another returning champion in the form of Jakub Bezel. But let's have a look at the grid. Pole position, and this makes the 10th. This makes it the 10th pole position in Euro Trophy history. Sebastian Janciewski from Poland takes a maiden pole here at Karting Genk. Daniel Mahacek from Austria will be alongside. Then it's Silas Ritter and Niklas Kreins from Denmark and Germany respectively on row 2. Matthias Lund and Manuel Tenschert, row 3. Mick Knowlton from the Netherlands and Mark Bartels from Germany rounding out the top 8 rows. And it is a brotherly row number 5, as Petr Bezel and defending champion Jakub Bezel both representing the Czech Republic on row number 5. Then we have Wout Antonissen in 11th, ahead of Jordi Klebold in 12th place, rounding out row number 6 on the grid. Maxime Derich and Nicolas Picot will complete the top 7 rows. Now this is where it gets interesting, because you look down from 15th onwards. Glenn van Parijs from Belgium, Zenderuur will round out row number 8. Luke Schippers and Jan Negusens, row 9. DJ Liveris, the sole Greek driver representing his country here at the Euro Trophy, will have alongside him Ville Villainen from Finland. And then we've got the brothers Breitenbach on row 11, Oliver in what will effectively be P21. Then P22, we've got Florian. Then we've got Johan Andersson in 23rd. Friedrich Jerich from Austria. And last but by no means least, who was the runner-up in DD2 last year, Zander Schiblak, but he's also a 2-time reigning and defending B&L Karting Series champion in this category. So now, DD2 brings a different dynamic once again. We've got an incredibly competitive field, and they have well versed in the ways of Rotax racing. So it will be Janciewski, Mahacek, Ritter, Kreins, Lund, Tenschert, Knowlton, Bartels, Petr and Jakub Bezel rounding out the top 10. 10 minutes set on the timer. The red lights are on the gantry. Now, this is going to be an interesting one. They start coming into the tram lines. Looks to be a bit of a scrappy start here, but we are given the go racing, and we are off and away, heading into turn 1 for the first time. Oh, someone's gone grass tracking off of the exit of turn 2 and has taken out one of the XPS and Mojo signs off of there. And who is that? That is the 490 of Jan Negusens from Belgium. So, yellow flags on Marshall Post 1. Drama for Jan Negusens, who was on 18th position. As there's another kart looking a bit, who looks to be a little bit slow, coming out of turn number 6. Jan Negusens absolutely frustrated after that, as they came across the start-finish line, and it was 3-4 abreast at points towards that part of the field, and then it all kicked off. So now Janciewski leading the way. More drivers trying to get stuck in here. It is proper elbows out here in DD2. As Zander Schiblak up a few places and has got DJ Liveris ahead of him, as there is one kart going wide. That looks to be a GKS kart, probably looks to be Mick Knowlton. That's had a bit of a moment there. Glenn van Parijs up into 14th place. Zenderuur has shot his way up the order. He's now into P11 behind the 2 Bezel brothers, which is led by Jakub in 9th, Petr in 10th. But at the moment, Janciewski leads. Silas Ritter now in 2nd position, Mahacek in 3rd. Kreins followed by Lund. Bartels up to 6th. Tenschert, Picot, Jakub and Petr Bezel rounding out the top 10, being hustled by Zenderuur. So Janciewski, after the very first lap, had over a 3/4 of a second advantage. As now Silas Ritter will try and close. We know through previous years, especially through 2018, back at Brook aan de Leitha, when Daniel Mahacek was battling the drive that eventually became our inaugural DD2 champion, Martin Henkel Morrison from Denmark. As now the battle really raging on a little bit further down the order, as Nicolas Picot up into 6th position, having started 14th. So the Frenchman, who was actually our runner-up for the Winter Cup back in Campillos, says, oh, someone's gone off of turn 5 and the kart is absolutely sideways, and there was another kart there involved too. As that means that along with Jarni Gussens, that looks, I'm trying to make out the livery from here, and that is towards the inside of turn 6. So the kart went completely sideways, but Silas Ritter being closed in on. Mick Knowlton drops down towards 24th position. That might be him that's out. I can't really make that out, but it's down at the bottom of the timesheets, and I think it might be one of the Breitenbachs. That could be Oliver that's out of the race as a result of this. So Janchevsky still leading. Gap between himself and Silas Ritter from Denmark. Now over a second. Ritter coming under fire, and it won't be just Daniel Mahacek, because there is an absolute train of karts in there at the moment. Mahacek's in there. Niklas Krenz, the Euro Trophy Open winner from last April. Nicolas Picot is up into 5th place. The Frenchman running with Dams Racing is on fire at the moment. Glenn van Parijs in 13th position has just posted the fastest lap of the race as Pico tries to send it up. Oh, nearly comes into the contact with the side, the right-hand side going through turn 11, but Pico pounces. And just behind, Matthias Lund also trying to go up the inside of Niklas Grains through into turn 12. Quick look over the right-hand shoulder by the Frenchman. As Lund gets a bit argy-bargy there on Niklas Grains and manages to get the position through into turn number 3. So Jordi Klebort now out. Mick Knowlton has retired. Wout Antonissen is also down towards the back part of the field. Zonab Schiblak up into P15 as Glenn van Parijs has got his way past DJ Liveris and is closing on Luke Scheepers from the Netherlands for P12. As Pico up the inside. Makes the, well, that was Pico up the inside, and that is past Silas Ritter. So Nicolas Pico now up into 3rd position. Will start to chase down Daniel Mahacek from Austria, as the gap now is over 1.8 seconds as Pico pounces on Mahacek up the inside into turn 2. Makes the defensive line sick through turn 3. Oh, c'est magnifique ça, as they would say in France. But realistically, it's not over yet for 2nd position in this race, as Silas Ritter, Matthias Lund, Niklas Krenz. This is a 5-kart squabble over what is 2nd position. But then you look behind. You've got Mark Bartels, Niklas Krenz's teammate at 42 competition, not too far behind. Zenderua now having started in what was 16th position. He's now made up 8 places as the driver from SSC on the Intrepid chassis. So Derua, who was featured on the Rotax social media as testing at Wackersdorf with the brand new Project E20 that joins us for our 2nd round in 4 weeks' time at Wackersdorf. As that was a send and a half up the inside of one of the RS competition karts. And I think I'm just sort of, this is absolutely captivating. We've got 21 drivers still running in this. Wout Antonissen has retired, Jordi Klebot has retired. Unfortunately, Jarni Gussens didn't get past into turn 1, having taken out 2 of the posts off of the exit of the corner. But now, Zenderua is sensing an opportunity here. He's been really, really quick in this race. He's managed to get his way up the order, and he's now into what I think looks to be possibly, well, he's just behind. I think, let's just have a look as they come through. He's now in 5th place. So Zenderua has made a gain of 11 positions over the last 6.5 minutes. And also Zenderua has represented his relevant team. Oh, nice move by Zenderua. Absolutely nipped that one in the bud. Past Matthias Lund up into position 5. That's really, really good work. No, make that, that's really good there. But we've had a 5-second time penalty to Jordi Klebort being handed that as a result of causing an avoidable collision. And that was probably for the starts earlier on that took out Jarni Gussens, unfortunately. But Sebastian Janchevsky, when you say that the leader isn't really being talked about, as there's more elbows out, DJ Liveris looks to be in the thick of things amongst other people. Through into turn 11 they come. And, yeah, it was the 403. Friedrich Jährich, who's battling away with the likes of Willi Leinen and the Sol Breitenbach still competing in this race. Oliver Breitenbach. Well, actually, both of them are competing in this, so my apologies there, as Zenderua now up into P5. And it's really, really getting hot and heated under the collar, as there was a move there up the inside of one of the drivers. I think it was the 437 being passed by maybe Glenn van Parijs. So a lot still to happen, well, which could probably happen in the last 2 minutes of this race. 8 minutes down, 2 to go, plus 1 lap. Running order at the moment, as the leader now will come through turn number 11. So Janchevsky leads, Nicolas Picot from France in second place. Third is Silas Ritter from Denmark. Zenderua trying to close on Daniel Mahacek for what is fourth place, as there's a near-on side-by-side moment there between the 404 of Willi Leinen, and it looked to be, I think that was Johan Andersson alongside. Oh, it's getting really hot and heated as Zenderua goes up the inside of Daniel Mahacek through into turn 2, and is now for fourth position. But look at the cart train behind, and that looks to be led by Jakub and Petr Bezel. So the two brothers from the Czech Republic have got the likes of Mark Bartels, Manuel Tenschat, DJ Liveris, and also Glenn van Parijs and Sander Shrivlak. So there is a lot of... Liveris pounces, and Sander Shrivlak, I think... Well, Glenn van Parijs, I think, has just made the move through too. So those two drivers managing to get past, I think that was Manuel Tenschat, through into turn number 7, off of the back straightaway. As we've had a black and white warning flag being given to the 460 of Jakub Bezel, I believe. As now the gap between Janchevsky and Nicolas Picot is 2.7 seconds. Janchevsky in the process sets the fastest lap of the race. And I'm looking at the gap between Silas Ritter and Zenderua. That is now down to just under 0.6 of a second. Mahacek in 5th. Jakub and Petr Bezel battling away over what is 6th on the road. And they've got Mark Bartels, DJ Liveris and Glenn van Parijs, who both got past Manuel Tenschat through turn 7 on the previous lap. Florian Breitenbach looks to have called it a day in this particular first of 3 heats for DD2. So timer about to expire. There we go. Final lap board will be shown to Poland's Sebastian Janchevsky. Nicolas Picot in second. Third place is Silas Ritter from Denmark. But Zenderua might have an opportunity if he can just get his head down, and that looks to be the case. And in terms of lap time, Zenderua was nearly 0.2 of a second quicker than the Dane, who's just up the road as they go through turn 5 for the final time. Sander Shrivlak also gets past Manuel Tenschat. This time it's for 11th position. Willi Leinen and Oliver Breitenbach gets past Maxime de Rix from Belgium. Niklas Kreins down in 19th position. But Zenderua, I think, is looking really, really menacing. If he can get the run on Silas Ritter coming out of the final corner, he's got an opportunity for a drag race out of turn 12. I can just see Florian Breitenbach's cart actually stricken on the outside of the infield off of turn number 12, but the checkered flag waves for Poland's Sebastian Janchevsky, leading from lights out to checkered flag. Nicolas Picot, who started down in 14th, makes up 12 positions to take second position. Silas Ritter started in third, finished third. Zenderua, a great work by the SSC driver on the Intrepid chassis, the number 409, takes P4 ahead of Daniel Mahacek, who started on the front row. We've seen some great performances in that one, as there will be some drivers not very, very happy, particularly, unfortunately, will be Yanni Gussens. But Janchevsky takes the victory. Picot in second, Ritter in third, Derua fourth, Mahacek fifth, ahead of Jakub Bezel and Petr Bezel, who round out the top 7. Then it was Germany's Mark Bartels from 42 competition, ahead of Greece's DJ Liveris, with Glenn van Parijs rounding out the top 10. From 11th onwards, it was Sander Shrivlak, who started from stone dead last and 25th position to finish 11th, ahead of Manuel Tenschat, who finished ahead of countryman Friedrich Jährich, both representing the KSB racing team in 12th and 13th respectively. Luke Scheepers and Johan Andersson round out the top 15. We had a total of 19 finishes, concluded by Ville Villainen from Finland, Oliver Breitenbach from Germany, Maxime de Rich from Belgium, and Matthias Lund from Denmark. Niklas Greens, unfortunately, would finish a lap down ahead of Florian Breitenbach, whose race unfortunately ended on lap number 9 with Wout Antonissen, Jori Kleebold, Mick Knowlton and Janne Gussens not finishing the